Good evening, aspirants. I'm Ramananda. In today's class, I will be discussing about the subjects, two subjects mainly. So, one is financial management, the other one is organizational behavior and management concepts. Okay. So, in this 1 hour, I will be explaining detailedly about the syllabus. Got it? So, what we would be covering in the coming days. Got it? So, since it is an orientation class, get into any kind of chapters right away. So what I would be doing is like I'll be giving you the brief idea about each and every topic whichever is mentioned in the syllabus. Okay, when it comes to financial management and organizational behavior. Do people have seen the syllabus? What is the importance of this financial management and organizational behavior? Did you notice any new thing there? Did you notice anything with respect to that particular subject? No. It is same like other subject. You didn't notice anything. What is your findings? Sorry? Yes, practical. In that, especially when it comes to financial management, so you'd be giving equal weightage for your theory. At the same time, you'll be giving equal importance for your practical problems. Got it? When it comes to prelims, it's all about theory. So hardly you can find problems there. Okay. So they might ask you basic problems. So which you can solve within a minute or 2 minutes. It's not a big thing. So and moreover, so it has same weightage in prelims as well as mains. If you see the syllabus, so in prelims you'll find that in management, paper code is 14. Under that you'll find it as financial management, section 3, right? When it comes to mains, paper 5 under financial accounting and management and analysis. Can you find one heading over there? Financial management and analysis. Got it? So it has more weightage. Can you find that? No. The same way, come to paper 6 in the mains, organization and behavior. And the prelims, organizational behavior and management concepts. Okay. So if you prepare here for this prelims, so that's going to help you for your mains as well as okay. So in mains, in this particular chapter, I mean when it comes to financial management, we would be discussing about problems. We will give more importance for problems. When you see the previous year question papers, you'll get to know. Okay, in the year 2017, they've asked for 60 marks. You can see the previous year question paper. Okay, whatever strategy which you use for this preparation, before making any kind of strategy, the major thing what you have to do is like as the aspirants, you have to collect the syllabus. Along with the syllabus, your previous year question paper. That would give you an idea. Okay, in this particular subject, there are possibilities of asking practical questions or theory. The moment when you compare these two, you'll get an idea. Got it? Blindly, you cannot complete the syllabus. Got it? And moreover, let's start this with financial management. In financial management, so there is a concept by the name ratio analysis. That is very, very important. Okay. As I mentioned yesterday, so there are 101 ratios. So you need not to study everything. Okay. You need to by heart only 5 to 6 important ratios. Okay, I'll teach you that. So here in this particular subject, when it comes to ratio analysis, we will be teaching you the theoretical part as well as practical. So they might ask you to calculate acid liquidity ratio like that. Okay, basic problems will be there. So if you remember the formula, it would be very easy for you to solve the problems. Okay, hardly they'll come up with the problems. Got it. Next is like cost, volume, profit analysis. Okay, even that is very important. And when it comes to cash budgeting, you should be very much careful about the theoretical part here. Got it. Firstly, you should know what do you mean by cash budgeting. Got it. So they might not ask any problems with respect to this. There might be a problems in mains. Okay. So next is your leverage. Leverage chapter. Okay. Under that you have financial leverage, operating leverage, and combined leverages. Okay. There are chances of asking you again problems, 2 marks problems, or they might come up with the formulas. Got it. So what is the formula to calculate financial leverage? What is the formula? Which of the above formula represent the combined leverage? Got it. So that is very important. Next is your investment decisions. What do you mean by investment decisions? Yes. Exactly. So when it comes to investment decisions, what are the factors which you consider before making an investment? Very good. Yes. Yes. Liability assets, risk and return. You know, right? Risk and return. Okay. Those things will be dealing with those things. And what are the criteria for investment appraisals? Okay. So then we have the other concept, which is cost of capital. Here, very important is what do you mean by the term cost of capital? What is cost of capital? Cost of capital. Any idea? Formula to find out cost of capital. KE is equals to D divided by MP plus G. Okay. So in this again, so I'll be explaining you about the concepts. What do you mean by cost of capital? And what is the formula to find out the cost of capital? Even that is very important. There might be a 2 marks questions. They'll give you data and they'll ask you to find out cost of capital. Again, even it is very easy. They might ask you like, what do you mean by cost of capital? So the reason why I'm telling you this is like, in order to solve any problems, first you should be good at theoretical part. First you have to understand what do you mean by that, so that your job would be done. It would be very easy for you to solve the problems. Okay, if you don't understand the theoretical part, so you might face difficulty. You might tend to get confused when you are solving the problems. Okay, next is your cost of capital and applications in public and private sector. So I can tell that this topic would be completely for mains directly. Okay. Next is your risk analysis in investment decisions. Okay. So again, formula. So those things. So let's come to the next part, that is your financing decisions. Okay. Financial structure, determinations, market. What do you mean by capital market, money market, instruments which are traded in capital market, money market, treasury bills will come up. How many days once you can issue like treasury bills? 14 days. You have 3-4 things. Okay. So they might give you that option and they'll tell you. So which of the above is not correct? So nowadays the questions are like very much difficult. Okay. Before there was a like one liners. Which of the above is correct? Now which is not correct? So you should know which is correct, right? In order to eliminate that. Got it, right? So those things. So next, the very important thing is working capital management. Okay, even that particular topic is very important. What is working capital? What is working capital? Very good. It is a capital which is required for the day-to-day operations of the business. Okay, that is nothing but working capital. So under that, we would be studying about the management of cash, inventory, accounts, receivables, and effects of inflation on working capital management. Okay, those things we'll be dealing with. And next topic is income determination and distribution. Okay, the size of working capital. So here this entire concept mainly deals with the working capital. Okay, then we have a very important concept, that is your dividend policy. Very important when it comes to mains. When it comes to mains, it is very important. Factors affecting dividend policy. What do you mean by dividend policy? Got it. Types of dividend. Even that is very important. Yes. So here there was one subject by the name security analysis and portfolio management. Okay, one book. In that they have actually picked out like security analysis, one particular chapter. So we will be dealing with this introduction and various tools are there. Okay, so we will be dealing with those things. And the major thing here is like, as I said, your dividend policy, very important. Forms of dividends. There might be a question on this in prelims. What are the various forms of dividend? You know what is dividend? What is dividend? Part of? Very good. Shareholders. Yes. Dividend is nothing but it is the part of the profit which is shared to the shareholders. Okay. There are many ways of providing the dividend. Script, cash form, in the form of bonus shares. In case if you people have invested in the stock market, then you would have had more idea about this. Okay, so we will be explaining about this dividend whole thing. Next is financial management in public sector with special reference to India. Okay, again, this is like it is a kind of current affairs. Got it. Role of financial management in public sector with reference to India. Okay, again, Indian economy, those things would come into the picture. We can deal with this. It's not an issue. Okay. Next is income determination and distribution. Under that only we spoke about the dividend policy, right? And valuation, and again they have mentioned like what are the determinants in dividend policy. Even that is very important. So this financial management consists of many other new topics. As I said, your cost of equity. Okay, so there you need to know about the meaning and the formula which is used to calculate. Okay, and forms of dividend. They might not ask you what do you mean by dividend. They will not ask such easy questions and all. Which is the most common form of dividend, they'll ask you. So you know the forms of dividend, right? So you should be very much particular about, okay, which is the most important forms of issuing the dividend. Cash. They might give you 4 options. Cash, scrip, bonus shares, like that. So 4 answers are correct. Most common form is cash. So you tend to get confused with script. Okay, you might find, okay, this term is new term. Okay, let me answer this one. So if you do such mistakes, you would be losing 3 marks. There's no negative, but still got it, right? So this is all about your financial management. You have any doubt with respect to this? Performance? Yeah, exactly. So that is purely related to your budgeting. Okay, got it. And we would be covering the basics of financial accounting. Okay, in that particular chapters. So we will be dealing with the important concepts with respect to your financial accounting. Got it. So, and systems of management control, they might not ask you in the prelims. So they might come up with this in the mains. Got it. So this is the overview of this financial management subject. Okay. So before starting this, as I mentioned in the earlier classes itself, so before before getting into the main syllabus, we would be doing like small basics, 1 or 2 classes. What do you mean by finance? What do you mean by financial management? Got it. So those things would help you to understand more better when we start the syllabus actually. Got it. So directly if I get into the syllabus, some people they might tend to get difficulty because they might forgot the basics. Got it. So that is the reason what we would be doing is like first 2 to 3 classes, we'd be dealing with the basics of finance. What do you mean by finance? What do you mean by financial management? What is dividend? What do you mean by dividend policy? Okay, so determinants of dividend. So these things we'll be covering over a period of time. We'll try to cover each and everything whichever is mentioned in the syllabus, and also we'll try to solve many problems and the questions which is related to this particular syllabus. Okay, so that you would be in a position to attempt any type of questions which appears in the exam. So, and moreover, to be frank, it's like the syllabus, as I mentioned, so they have taken from one unit from different books. Okay, it is not from single book. You cannot find this entire syllabus in one single textbook. Okay, those who have already prepared. Yeah, it is separate subject they are mentioned here. So what we can do is like we'll try to cover each and everything, okay, in a holistic manner, so that whatever the questions come from this particular subject, so that you people can answer it, okay. And moreover, it would be very easy. When it comes to means, it is bit difficult because there you need to face the problems for 30 marks. In the year 2017, when I wrote mains, it was like 60 marks one problem. If you don't know the problem, it's gone. 60 marks gone. And that time we had options. Among 8 questions, we need to attempt only 5. We could have left this problem, okay. But in the year 2020, all the questions were compulsory. There's no other option. You need to attempt all the questions. Got it? So for that purpose, you need to prepare the syllabus, entire syllabus. Got it? So next, I'll go with this organizational behavior. So this 2 subjects, whatever I said now, right? So it helps you in prelims as well as mains. Okay. So organizational behavior and management concepts. He has mentioned that in the syllabus itself. So when it comes to management, you have to be very much careful with respect to the concepts. For example, there might be a like, which of the above statement represent job description? There's a lot of difference between job description, job specification, job enlargement, many other things are there, okay. So in this particular subject, you should understand about the concepts. Got it? So if you prepare for the concepts, 99% of your problem is solved. But when it comes to this particular subject, for example, here they have mentioned significance of social psychological factors for understanding organizational behavior. This particular topic comes in prelims or mains? How this topic helps in prelims? What kind of questions they might ask in prelims with respect to this significance of social psychological factor for understanding organizational behavior? 80 to 85% it is for mains. Okay, so that is the reason I said, yo, the moment when you see the syllabus, you have to understand, okay, in this topic, whether they'll ask the question which is related to the prelims or mains. Blindly, you shouldn't prepare for whole syllabus. It takes a lot of time. If they come up with the notification, as you people know, right, for KS, it was supposed to be 90 days. It has only 60 days, right? It is very difficult to prepare in 60 days. Just think about AC SAAD. Even that they might give only 60 days. Got it? So in that 60 days, how can you complete everything? So you have to give more importance for important topics. As I said you, okay, here, what are the questions they might ask in the examination? For example, theory X and Y was given by, okay, which of the above is the motivational theory? They might ask you directly. They'll mention Maslow's. Got it? So they might come up with which of the above theory represent motivation. They might not ask you like, what do you mean by motivation? Got it? So, and here relevance of the theory of, see here they mentioned importance of theory of motivation. Again, this is the topic of mains. Okay, you got it right. So here you need to know, firstly, while understanding what do you mean by motivation, what are the theories which is related to motivation. That is very important. Okay, Maslow's hierarchy theory. Okay, you should know that hierarchy, need based. So those things are there. Okay, it is a kind of triangle in shape. So those theories are very important. Okay, next is contribution of Maslow, Herzberg, and Land and other leading authorities. Okay, so in this they might come up with leadership styles. Okay, that is very important, and conflict, very important. And concepts is like organization change. What do you mean by the term organization change? That is very important. Okay, next is your OD, organizational design. There's a lot of difference between the organization change and organization design. Under this, classical and non-classical. Who gave classical theory and who gave non-classical theory? That might be the question for your prelims. Okay, who gave the classical theory? Who gave non-classical theory? Okay, and various theories of organization. That is also very important. And example for centralization. Which of the above is the example for centralization? They might ask you the question and they might give you 4 options. Which of the above is an example for decentralization? Got it? So these things, what in this particular subject, what you have to do is like the moment you are reading the concepts, at the same time try to write the examples then and there itself. Because most of the questions would be based on the example. They'll ask you one person and what type of leader is he. They'll ask you like that only. So that you have to read about leadership and styles of leadership. Okay, under that you have different styles. Okay, for single different styles, you'll be giving the examples. Got it? They might ask you, okay, this person is an example for which style of leadership. There are chances of asking you questions like that. They might not come up like, what do you mean by the term leadership? They won't ask you such things and all. Even in UG, they won't ask you. For explanation purpose, we'll go with, okay, who is a leader? What do you mean by leadership? Okay, the very important is leadership styles. For prelims, examples. Got it? And again, we have dynamics of organizational behavior. Okay, what do you mean by organization? What do you mean by organization? Organization. Industry. What do you mean by organization? Two or more people. Group of people who are joined together to achieve the goals, objectives. Simple. Got it? So that is what I'm telling you. You have to make this subject simple so that you won't forget. The moment organization andre, it is a group of people who are joined together for achieving the objectives or goals, common goals. It might be organizational goal or individual goals. Got it? And what do you mean by the term organizational behavior? What is organizational behavior? Complicated. Yes. What do you mean by OB? What do you mean by OB? Organizational behavior. Human activities, okay. Psychological process, okay. See, whenever you are reading any subject, okay, make that subject in a simple manner so that you won't forget. Organizational behavior. It is the study of individual behavior in the organization. It is the study of individual behavior in the organization. Got it? Or it is the study how to know how individual behaves in a group. Okay, that is the standard definition. If you refer to the reference books, you get to know. It is the study of individual behavior in an organization. Do you think is it important? Is it important? Why it is important? That would be your main question. Importance of organizational behavior. That can be your main question. Why it is important? To analyze, to predict the behavior. Then there are 101 reasons. The only thing, yes, in order to measure the performance. Then why it is important? Yes, to recruit. Exactly. For example, see, you people have recruited, okay? So now you'll be under teams, different teams. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರ 3 ಜನ ನಾನು ಒಂದೇ ಟೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನ. You got to know, right? You're able to understand. What happens if I include all 3 in the one group or one team? What happens? Exactly. How would I get to know that? Because of organizational behavior. Got it? Study of individual behavior in the organization. How individual behaves in the organization, or how individual behaves in a group in the organization. Why it is important? Other things in order to achieve the objectives, goals, individual goals, organization goals. If you people, you 3 are in one group, so every time there'll be conflicts, right? So do you think we can achieve the targets on time? All right. Can achieve the goals? No. Objectives, nothing. So that is the reason study of individual behavior or study of OB is very important. When it comes to organization. Okay. That is the reason they have included this subject. When it comes to management, so this is a very important subject. You have to understand this. You got one idea, right? So what is this all about? Okay. Next is your organization structure. Well, that is very important. Got it. So let me do one chat, okay? I'll draw that in the coming days. So how organization works. Got it. Next, there'll be a question on decision making. Okay. What do you mean by decision making and process of decision making? Comes to mains, process on decision making. Okay. When it comes to prelims, what do you mean by decision making? Okay. And you have a concept like communication and control. So again, conceptual clarity. What do you mean by communication? Barriers to communication. Here the question would be like, which of the above represent the barriers to communication? You should understand that. Okay. They might not ask you like forms of communication, types of communication. They won't ask you such questions and all. So barriers, they'll give you 3. Fourth one would be like different. Okay. So whenever you find that it's like you're not able to understand, okay, in Madhyandra, try to read the same question in Kannada version. It works actually when it comes to this subject. This subject it works. Practically work agala. Financial management it is very difficult. It comes to this subjects, marketing subjects and all, it really works. Got it. When you find a bit difficult in understanding the English language, at the time of reading that, if you tend to get confused while reading that question in the English version, what you can do is like you can see the Kannada version of the question paper so that you can tick correctly. To try this with the previous year question paper, will tell. It's gonna help. Okay. So again, you have management information system, MIS. Even that is a different subject. I don't know why they have placed this in this OB. So that's fine. Role of computer in management. They will not ask you this role. A role of computer in management might be asked for mains. Directly 15 marks. Got it. So MIS, in MIS, they might ask you the concepts, related concepts there. Okay. So those are the two major subjects which I would be handling. Okay. If you have any doubt with respect to this subject, you can ask me. Right? Hmm. Again, one subject, that is organization theory and industrial relations. Okay. Even when it comes to organization theory, so you have to know the meaning and definition of chain displacement, succession, and matrix, functional matrix. So those are the key concepts. Again, this thing is repeated here. Classical and neoclassical. Evolution of organization theory. See, again it is repeated here. Yes. Yeah. And moreover, see, when you're preparing your own notes, short notes, okay, I'll give you a few tips what you need to follow. Okay, don't blindly make notes. But as I clearly mentioned, this whole syllabus you can't find it in single book. You have to read multiple textbooks, right? So how you have to make notes for this? Anyone started making notes? No one. People have to start making notes. I'll tell you, I'll just give you the hints which you need to follow while making notes for prelims. Okay. For example, here I'll give one example. See, evolution of organization theory. Got it. When it comes to prelims, how do you make notes for this? How do you make? What might be the question in that particular topic? See, you have seen this, right? Evolution of organization theory. There is a topic. So under that, classical and neoclassical. So what might be the prelims questions here? Types they might ask, but chances are less. What might be the question? Exactly. Who has given this classical theory, organization theory, and who has given neoclassical organization theory? That is the only question which you can expect. 90%. Got it, right? So that's how we'll make. That's how we'll make short notes. Got it. Next is, I'll give you other examples also. See, there is one topic, theoretical and empirical foundation of Maslow's, McGraher, Herzberg, Lycan, and Brom, Porter, and Lawley. Right? So you have to understand for motivational, who are the persons who are given theories for motivation. You have to make a list. Motivation theories, Maslow's, Herzberg. Okay. The same way, Holmes, he has given some other theory. Okay. Next to that only you have to make a note. So that what they might ask you is like, they might confuse you. Which of who they will ask you like, I'll tell you one question. Which of the above person is not related with the theory of motivation? This might be the question. They'll mention Maslow's, Herzberg, everything. Okay. So that would actually help you to eliminate which of the above persons are not related to the theory of motivation. They might not ask you what is motivation or not. It's gone. Okay. When it comes to means, they'll ask you directly. Explain Maslow's. Exactly. They'll give you direct shot. There you need to study each and everything. You have to make notes and all. While making notes for prelims, don't do such things and all. It's not going to help. It might help you for mains. Only if you clear prelims, only then you will be writing mains, right? So when you are doing notes for prelims, try to focus on concepts. What do you mean by this? Who gave this? And years. For example, industrial. You have this one, right? Industrial relations. Okay. That would be dealt by I think Arun sir would be dealing that subject, okay? But still, I would like to give you a few hints on this. So under industrial relations, trade union. For example, trade union is there, right? One topic is the trade union. So year, they might focus on year. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? So they might not ask you what do you mean by trade union and all. Year focus ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಸಮ್ ಬೋನಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ ಅದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ದೆನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅಬೋವ್ 1 minute that is wage act very very important year 1948 48. So they'll ask you the concept. What do you mean by the term collective bargaining? Very, very important. When it comes to industrial relations, it's very, very important. Okay. And wage act, bonus act, that years. When you see the question paper, you'll get to know. They might focus on years. Okay. Then they might ask you the question, what are the various ways available for the settlement of industrial disputes in India? They'll give you 4 options. If they want to make this question tough question, what they'll do, they'll give 4 options. Option number 1, they'll give you 4 options, okay? Then sub options, only 1 correct, only 2 correct, 1 and 2 correct, all are correct. Which are the above methods are available for settlement of industrial disputes in India? They might ask you questions. There are various methods, right? Settling industrial disputes. There are a number of methods. So you have to focus on that. What are the methods are there when it comes to settlement of industrial disputes? Okay. Then ILO, International Labour Organization. What might be the question for that? Very good. Then what please? You might be knowing that. Very good. ILO, headquarter. Here and headquarter. Apart from that, they can't ask anything. ILO, simple question ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ expansion ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. They won't ask such easy questions and all. Year of establishment and the headquarters. Very important. See, whenever you are preparing for international organization and all, year of establishment, international organization, year of establishment, headquarters. One question fix. WTO, WHO, World Bank, IMF, ICG, International Court of Justice. Where is that? Headquarters in Hague, right? Netherlands. Yeah. So you need to focus on those areas where you will get 1 mark. It's not 1 mark, 3 marks here. 1 question into 3. Got it? So in this area, you need to focus on so and so things, okay? You have any doubt with respect to syllabus? These 2 subjects. The other subjects should be dealt by other faculties. So with respect to these 2 subjects, have any doubt, you can ask me. So first tell me whether you're able to understand whatever I said now, till now. So you are able to understand, right? So any doubt? How many of them have written this exam earlier? Only 1. But the syllabus is vast, okay? If you plan it properly, you can make good notes and you can score good marks. Your prelims is just qualifying in nature. That would never determine your merit. But it is very important, very, very important. Only when you clear your prelims, you'll be allowed to write mains, right? So it is very important. Any doubt? This is the online. Whether they ask me any doubts online. So any doubt? And try to collect the question papers of other states. Okay. With respect to this, accounts officer, audit officer. Okay, you can see the syllabus there. When you see the notification, you can see the syllabus. Whenever you find that this syllabus is like matching with the other syllabus, try to collect the question papers. So here, more than 30 to 35% of the questions are from other states and other websites. So I don't advise you to get into any kind of websites. Okay. For example, if I tell you 5 to 6 websites, you spend your whole lifetime in solving the questions with respect to that website only. What in case if the questions are not coming from that? Try to complete the syllabus first. Try to give many tests. Try to evaluate yourself so that you'll understand. Before reading, don't try to solve any kinds of questions. Okay. And you tend to get confused. Even the same questions appears in the examination also, you'll get confused. Either option A or B or C, you'll tend to get confused. Try to complete the syllabus first. Then keep at least 15 to 20 days for solving the questions. Got it. Before completing the syllabus, if you get into solving questions and all, again it will be a difficult task. What in case if it's not picking from the particular website? It is a loss for you, right? For example, try referring 2 to 3 websites. It takes at least one to 1.5 months, right? So after that, what in case if single questions is not being repeated from that particular website? Gone. It's gone for toss, right? The same 1.5 months, if you put it for preparing for your notes and completing the syllabus, there are chances. Okay. Clearing prelims is not a big deal when it comes to SAT. As I clearly mentioned, right? There's no negative. If you prepare this paper well, 1 question 3 marks, 50 questions 150 marks, 75% of the marks which you require for clearing the exam you got through this only. If you correct 50 questions, 150. Last time only the cutoff. What was the cutoff last time? You have to see that. 190. For whom? For category, I guess. For GM, it was like 230 or 220 for GM. For GM Kannada medium, it was like 240. It was more than 240. Okay. You have to see the cutoff and all. You have to see the question paper. You have to see the cutoff so that you'll get an idea. Got it. Don't blindly prepare. Try to collect the various question papers. but try to see the cutoff, because 2017 cutoff was like entirely different. They didn't announce the cutoff. 2017. Those who have written the exams, 90% got through prelims. 90%. Everyone got an opportunity to write means. In 2020, it was a bit difficult. Okay, why? Many people are aware of this post. That is a major reason. Though syllabus is like vast, but it is achievable. It is more than KS syllabus. KS exam ತಗೊಂತೀರಲ್ಲ syllabus ನೋಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಇದು syllabus. Comes to paper, there you need to write one paper for 250. Here it is 300. Right? Same 3 hours. Right? So that is the reason. But you can predict the questions here. You can easily predict what type of question they might come up with. Prelims. Even mains you can predict. At least when 30 to 35% of the questions in mains you can predict. At least you can understand, okay, ಈ subject ಅಲ್ಲಿ practical ಕೇಳುವ chances ಇದೆ. If you get to know that, that's more than enough, right? We can sit and practice. In case it is very difficult to predict. It's very difficult. Okay. So I hope I've cleared everything. If there is anything you can ask me. You have 5 minutes time. So there is a rumor that there might not be interview this time. Hopefully, if that happens, those who prepare well, they'll be in the list. I can assure you that. If you really put hard work, there are more chances that you will be in the list. When interview was there are equal or fair chances for everyone who have cleared mains, right? But when it comes to this time, in case if there is no interview, those who really work hard will get the post. But to group A, okay, if that happens, when we are not sure about this, so we are waiting for the notification. There they'll mention each and everything. Okay, so we are hoping for the best. Let's see. Need out. I'm done with the today's session. If you have any doubt, you can just ask me. I'll give you 5 minutes time.